Spartans goal, number 9, Julia Colderman. Unassisted. Florida Southern goal, number 4, Haley Balio, unassisted. Florida Southern goal, number 7, Katie Eagle. Assisted by number 13, Abby McFerrin. Florida Southern goal, number 10, Ellie Griffin, unassisted. at the end of the first period, Florida Southern Mocs lead by a score of 4-1.
Test 1, 2.
It's picking up.
Test. Yeah, it's still picking up.
Music that you said was the same. This one's working. So we are live.
And the second quarter underway as the official talking to CC Colombo at midfield. And possession awarded to Florida Southern to the dismay of CC Colombo and her teammates. And so for the Mocs, Madison Terre picks it up, and one of the officials going over to talk to the scores table on the far side of the field. And 7 seconds, well, now they've reset the clock so that 4 seconds have elapsed here in the second quarter. And now play resumes, and away goes Terre and loses the ball. Scooped up there by Colombo. She loses it and picks it right back up. And Cece with a quick pass ahead. Hinkle to Birch. And Birch couldn't get a shot away And heavy pressure by the Mocs, and now it's taken away by Florida Southern. A quick pass ahead by Hammond, and this is Madison Terre on the run. Terre being chased by 3 Spartans, and UT thought they'd caused a turnover, but the official there on the spot with a call against UT. And so Terre puts it into play for Brenda Smith. On the far side is Yeagle. 4 different goal scorers for Florida Southern, and the Spartans just have a Julia Colderman goal, and we are 4-1 here in the early stages of the second quarter. And turning the corner, no. Hale wanted to get a shot away, quick pass in front, and bodies go down in front of the Spartans net, and the official right there watched it all unfold in front of his eyes and makes the call.
It's really good ball movement for Florida Southern, and they've been doing a good job of forcing Tampa to play aggressive, and they're drawing a lot of contact to get fouls, and a free position right here can extend their lead.
Haley DeLeo, and her shot sails high and out of play, and possession to the Spartans. Aaron Sistek was starting it up, and the officials say not so quickly, and Aaron Sistek will retreat back towards the end line to start from there.
Notably as well, Tampa now on a player advantage as a Florida Southern player on the penalty bench. So I think a call on a previous play. And it's a card for Lizzie Lynch.
And 2 of the officials coming together on the far side of the field, a quick discussion about that call.
Yellow card administered to number 25, Florida Southern, Lizzie Lynch, cross check.
And now the 2 officials had finished their conversation and decide to restart some unfinished business perhaps. And in the meantime, Aaron Sistek waiting patiently on the end line to the back right of her goaltender, Alex Walling. UT eager to get down to the Mocs end of the field and try to cut this deficit in half.
And Tampa's a team that's very aggressive, high energy, high movement, high speed. So they don't like to sit around here and wait. And they want to get started with the player advantage. They finally will. Will this player advantage be a shot in the arm? Can they start to get momentum? We've seen them make comebacks from these old deficits before and get on runs. And getting a man advantage or player advantage like this could be all they need and are going to have in the attacking third.
Nice work by Cece Colombo. And Sarah Hinkle with it changes hands. Birch to Colderman, shoot, scores! Julia Colderman, her second goal of the game, and wow, what a laser. And the Spartans cut the deficit in half. It's 4-2.
Worker nearly flawless so far in goal for Florida Southern, but on that play, no shot whatsoever. That was a line drive perfect shot that I don't think even the best in the world would have been able to get to unless they literally were a robot with reactions faster than the speed of light, because that was a cannon of a shot from a not really far range either. Holderman completes a brace, and the score now only 4-2. Both teams back at even strength. 13:06 to go in the second quarter.
Madison Kennedy for the Mocs on this draw against Cece Colombo. Draw controls are 4-3 in favor of the Spartans, and they sure could use another one here to give themselves a possession and try to get within 1 of Florida Southern, as this is shaping up to be the nail biter that I think we all expected. And the ball comes out and bodies go down to the field, and the official right there at midfield gives possession to the Mocs. And Maria Reeves starts for Florida Southern, heads towards the far side of the field. Her pass misses and goes out of bounds right on her own sideline. And the turnover So UT with an opening here as the pass goes quickly ahead to Pierpont. Lizzie with a pass and doesn't connect. However, Olivia Mott able to retrieve it. And Pierpont to Mott, gets a shot away, and a save made there by Worker.
A good save by Worker, and notably as well, we're seeing a lot of contact in front of the goal. Florida Southern able to avoid any major free position calls except for the one that had been saved by Worker earlier. And now Worker able to bring it up, pass to the midfield.
Dropped by Brenna Smith. Now she picks it up. And Smith under a little duress. 3 Spartans around her. Gets herself across midfield. No, it's knocked free. And the Spartans take over. Lizzie Pierpont across the box line. Pierpont on the run being chased and won't take the shot. Carries on in behind the Florida Southern net and gives it to Colderman. Back behind the net, Pierpont again. And Pierpont goes back to Colderman on the far side. And Julia wants to go one-on-one here. Sends a pass down behind the net instead. Olivia Mott back in front, scores! Great passing there and a great finish. And 4 minutes and 50 seconds. Excuse me, 3 minutes, 50 seconds into the second. The Spartans close the gap to 4-3.
It was a great movement from around the back. Now take a look to the cut to the goal that allows for the one-time smack. And you could call that a shot, but I'm going to call it a smack because there was more movement that was immediately hitting the ball with the stick rather than picking it up and then immediately putting it in. A good goal there by Lizzie Pierpont, and of course Mott with the pass to Pierpont. So it's the second goal scorer of the game for the Spartans. Pierpont's first, and Mott is also able to pick up an assist. The first of the game for her.
And this could be a momentum swinging draw here, because if the Spartans can control this draw, then they'll really have the Mocs back on their heels. And Florida Southern, on the other hand, wants to burst the Spartans' bubble and control this draw and try to go down and extend their lead to 2 once again. So important here as the ball comes out, and Cece Colombo handles that one herself. And now the ball's loose, and the Mocs able to come out with it. So it looked like it was going to be a pretty clean control there off the draw by Cece Colombo. Florida Southern able to come away with it. And so they catch a bit of a break as it looked like UT was going to be in control. And now the Mocs take it to the far corner. And there's a pass to Gaddy. She goes in behind the Spartans net, now tries to work her way out front. Pass up top and over to DeLeo. Griffin with it now. Eagle with the quick pass. And working out of the corner is Brenna Smith. Pass up top for Griffin. Griffin being bumped there. And Griffin sends a pass in the middle. There's a shot. And it went wide now to play off the stick of Brenna Smith. And one of the officials giving instructions as the Mocs still in possession here. They'll start it from the end line with 38 seconds on the shot clock. And that's Eagle. She sends a pass behind the net to Gaddy. Gaddy shows some quickness and a quick pass in front. They score. Haley DeLeo. And so the Mocs exhale a little bit as they go back into a 2-goal lead. It's 5-3.
Truly a sigh of relief off the defensive collapse for the Spartans. We see the player marking DeLeo just gets absolutely lost in the commotion. Nowhere to be found. A wide open shot and a wide open goal. And Florida Southern able to stop the bleeding. They're back with a 2-goal lead. And do you know how important this was, Bruce? Tampa last time they went down 3-1 to St. Leo. They put a 14-goal-in-a-row run to put the game out of reach. And it came off of them just getting hot at the right time. Florida Southern here, able to splash some cold water in the Spartans' face. No, we're not going to be like St. Leo. This is the championship. We're going to be fighting even harder, and that proves it. With 9:52 in the second quarter, Tampa's going to need a little bit more to try to get this game back to level terms.
And that was a few nights ago, Thursday evening, when the Spartans beat St. Leo here 19-6 to advance to this game. And meanwhile, that same night, Florida Southern was beating Rollins 17-11 to punch their ticket to this Sunshine State Conference Championship game. And here come the Spartans in the person of Christina Romano, and the ball's loose and kicked at, and Madison Birch able to come away with it, and the Spartans should breathe a huge sigh of relief, as that one looked like it was going to end up in the stick of Florida Southern.
So far, Florida Southern has been better with, apart from a few errant passes and drops, retaining possession and setting up good attacks. That's been one thing that the Spartans have been uncharacteristically weak at today. They're going to need to turn it around here or in the second half.
Emma McLaughlin on the run takes a shot, and it didn't get through as it was deflected, and the ball's loose and bodies hitting the ground. And let's see what the call is. And two officials right there, and they're going to come together to make sure they both saw the same thing. And now the third official comes over to join in. Is coming with 8:57 remaining in the second quarter.
And Florida Southern looks like will get possession as the Mocs defenders move back up. I think it's a fair call. Florida Southern defender was able to get on the ball there as all the commotion was going down. I think that's what they're going to rule with the possession. And now three Spartan defenders trying to make it difficult for them to bring it back up.
It's Allie Loudon starting it up for Florida Southern, being chased by Mott. Loudon gets across the Tampa line. O'Neal Gallinson comes over to help out defensively. And now a pass that connects with Gaddy. Gaddy takes it to the corner, being chased by Emma McLaughlin, puts on the brakes, and that goes in behind Alex Walling and the Spartans net. Gaddy on the other side, and looks for an open red shirt, sends it up top, and McFerrin with it over for DeLeo, and now Yeagle. Yeagle goes back to DeLeo, and now McFerrin flips the pass over as Griffin sends it into the corner. Gaddy goes behind the Spartans net. Gaddy gets a shot away, and that one goes wide and out of play. Shot clock now 20 seconds for Florida Southern. And good pressure there defensively by Aaron Sistek. And the Mocs anxious to get a shot away, a collision. And play stops with 7 seconds left on the shot clock. And it looks like we are going to have a call here against Paige Short of UT.
You also see a Florida Southern player, but they're going to the bench. And I feel like that we should see a Florida Southern player on the penalty bench too, because we saw one of the Florida Southern players colliding with a different Spartan at the same time. But Florida Southern get player advantage here, and the shot clock is reset because of the penalty.
So a yellow card to Paige Short as the Mocs have it here. Madison Tear pass inside, and able to pick it up was Haley DeLeo. And now Tear once again. Pass inside, and no shot taken. Despite a good look at the net, there's a pass that misses. And Tear is there to pick it up for the Mocs. And she's being chased by Madison Birch. McFerrin with a pass down low. And swarming defense here as there's a pass that misses, and it goes just to the end line. A nice job to stop it before it went out by Lizzie Lynch. And here's Tare once again. And Tare goes down. And Madison Birch says, I know. I'm going. And now the officials talk it over, say this might just be a foul and not a penalty.
And I think a foul instead of a penalty would be more fair in this play. Because it looked like it's not a card that you necessarily say, hey, you're going to go for 2 minutes. It's, hey, yeah, just be careful, that's a warning. And Florida Southern now will be able to resume possession. Anytime there's any collision with the head, it's always good to make sure a player is back up. And we do see the Florida Southern player back up and moving, as now there's a free position from a little further out.
And Madison Tare gets a quick pass from McFerrin. Tare in front, and they score. Katie Yeagle. She gets her second goal of the game. And the Mocs go back into a 3-goal lead. It's 6-3 with 6:20 left in the second quarter.
And if you take a look, just a good replay, a good free position. Tampa, player down, harder to defend. But even on the stat line, the only thing that's really been separating these two teams has been Tampa's discipline issues. More fouls and more penalties have, I think, gotten them this deficit, because we see it's an 8-7, 14-2 shot rate, only very marginally in the favor of Florida Southern. You could also say Florida Southern has been more clinical, which indeed they have, as we see Katie Yeagle able to score right here, assisted by Madison Tare. Yeagle, second goal of the game, Tare first assist of the game. But being clinical and being able to get player up opportunities and being able to convert off free positions like that one, I think has been the story for Florida Southern's success in the first half. 6:15 now to go, and Florida Southern gets possession one more time.
Yeah, 5 fouls against the Spartans so far and only 2 against the Mocs. And with Florida Southern in possession here, the Spartans need to clamp down defensively, but not to the tune of being over-aggressive. You can't have another free position or an extra player opportunity for Florida Southern. And I'll tell you, this Florida Southern crowd that has traveled with the team, all on their feet and very supportive, very vocal here watching their team play in the Sunshine State Conference Championship in the home stadium of UT. As here's an opportunity and a pass that misses. It'll be chased down, and nice job there for UT by Alyssa Romano to get to it, and off she goes. Romano with lots of real estate crosses midfield. Romano across the Florida Southern line, and finally a Mocs player comes to mark her as Alyssa Romano takes it into the corner. And a pass now for Mott. Mott up to Colderman, and for Birch. Now this is Bryn Nestor. Nestor looking to go one-on-one. Nice move there. Nestor takes a shot, goes out of play. Possession remains with the Spartans. Quickly put back in. Here's Cece Colombo with it. Colombo with a nice little move in front, scores! Cece Colombo, what a terrific effort. And the Spartans close the gap to 6-4.
Colombo's first of the game, and what a goal. That's an important one. Colombo able to get by her defender. A good move around the outside. Cuts across, and when you're one-on-one like that, even the red-hot worker is able to get in front of that shot. Happy and you know it playing. 6-4 the score. 4:50 to go in the second quarter. And, you know, Tampa showing why this game is as close as it is. It's really just clinical and fouls that have been separating these two teams so far. If Tampa had their discipline, I think, a little bit better so far, we'd be looking at a 4-4 game or maybe a 5-5 game rather than a 2-goal Florida Southern lead. But still plenty of time to go. And whenever the Spartans can get started with a goal like this, they can usually follow it up with another. So for the Mocs, they need to stay focused and win the ball and not let the Spartans get a second, because that opens up the possibility for a run and comeback, which we've seen the Spartans do all season long.
That's 26 goals now for CC Colombo in 2022. And you see a call made on the far side of the field. We have 4 minutes, 40 seconds left in the second quarter. There's a call being made against UT.
A yellow card administered to number 16,
Lizzie Pierpont, a yellow card. And bad timing.
For dangerous contact.
Dangerous contact is the call, and so Abby Hammond puts it back in for the Mocs. And just when the Spartans were looking to build some momentum off the CC Colombo goal, now instead they're going to be a player down. And here comes the Mocs.
Indeed, that's the worst possible timing for a call like that.
And Tare looking for an open teammate. Sends a pass over and gets it right back. Tare with the pass to the other side. Nice passing in front, and they score. Haley DeLeo gets the goal. And that is her third of the game. And so the Mocs go back in front by 3 again.
So DeLeo completes the hat trick with that goal right here. And again, just another well-worked play. This Florida Southern has been clinical with getting it inside and finding good opportunities. And over up their bench, is this a lacrosse or is this a chorus line? As you see some beautiful leg kicks. Florida Southern ecstatic with back up by 3 goals. And the only solace you could take if you're a Tampa Spartan is that now you can get right back on the offensive to see if a little bit of that momentum from the Colombo goal is still there that you can tap right back into. But good vibes all around for Florida Southern. A little bit less so for the Spartans.
Madison Kennedy for Florida Southern on this draw against CC Colombo. And the ball's out. And it'll be chased down and picked up by Pierpont. And she mishandles it a couple times. And the official right there on the spot calls it for Florida Southern. So a disappointing sequence of events there, as it looked like UT was going to be in control following the draw, but instead, here comes Florida Southern looking for more as Lay brings it into the Tampa end. And her pass back now for Smith. Brendan Smith jogs towards the corner, sends a pass down there for Lynch. Lynch up top. And for the Spartans, they really need to clean up the crease area. Too many of the Mocs goals come from right in front. And there's another one. And this time it's Brendan Smith. And the Mocs extend their lead to 8-4, and UT is just allowing too many high-quality scoring chances right in front of Alex Walling.
Yeah, and you really can't blame Alex Walling on those because those shots at best are a 50-50 save opportunity. Tampa defense has just been terrible today. They haven't been able to mark the Southern players well. The Mocs have been getting so many open looks, and that's the reason now they're leading. Now you can't blame it on the fouls or anything because the stat line now, when you take a look at it, it is a little bit more in Florida Southern's favor, but all these goal-scoring opportunities come off well-worked plays that the Spartans just look clueless on. The Mocs playing this perfectly, the Spartans stuck in second gear with 3:17 to go.
And as a result, Spartans head coach Kelly Gallagher calls a timeout. We will step aside as well. You're watching Tampa Spartans Lacrosse on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, We're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
And we're back following the Spartans timeout. Obviously, head coach Kelly Gallagher wanting to re-inspire her team after they have fallen behind 8-4. This was a 4-1 game in favor of the visitors after one quarter, and although it's been 4-3 in favor of Florida Southern here in the second, the Spartans seem like they're slowly losing their grasp, and I think that Gallagher wanted to make sure that she hits the reset button before things slip away here. And it starts with this draw. As I've said so many times, draws and loose balls, all these 50-50 balls as they're known, are an important opportunity for a possession, and so Spartans really need to come away with this draw and then make the possession count as they work to chip away at this now 4-goal deficit. In possession, you see to the Mocs as Kennedy takes it across the Tampa line. Waits for help.
8-6 on draw controls now for Florida Southern. Play takes a break really quick. There's one or two errant balls rolling onto the field, but as you were mentioning earlier, the Spartans had the early advantage, but Florida Southern has now taken themselves a 2 draw control advantage. There's an open chance right here.
And look inside. Nothing doing for Ellie Griffin. And now they score again. And the Mocs, wow, finding another gear. And they go up 9-4 with 2:43 left here in the second quarter.
And that goal right there, just a very good ball movement, gets the open pass, and look at the Spartan defender trying to cover it. Just a step behind her defender and not able to stop that shot from going in. Lizzie Lynch this time getting the goal, her first of the game. And sharing the love again has been one of the key themes. 6 different Florida Southern goal scorers now, alongside a player with a brace and hat trick. The assist on that play coming from Ellie Griffin, who gets her second and ultimately third point of the game. And Florida Southern, they had a really good first quarter. Second quarter looking just as good. Now up by 5, their largest lead of the day.
And it's Lizzie Pierpont to take this draw, who is no stranger. We usually see her take quite a bit of the draws, and has been primarily Cece Colombo. And I'm watching trailing behind the play Alyssa Romano, who had had her protective eyewear knocked off. And in the meantime, the Mocs setting up in the Tampa end. They have built a 9-4 lead. We're down to 2:15 to go here in the first half. And the Sunshine State Conference Championship game. Spartans and the Florida Southern Mocs. And as I pointed out earlier, UT coming in on a 6-game winning streak, have not lost since being beaten by Florida Southern. And here come the Mocs looking for more. The ball is loose and picked right back up by Tear. And over to Griffin, who relays to Yeagle and now into the corner. And behind the Spartans net is Lizzie Lynch. Lynch works her way out in front, and quick passing, they score. Elise Alders and the Mocs pouring salt on the wounds here. The lead goes to 10-4 with 97 seconds left in the first half.
We still have a full second half to play, but that's the type of goal, and this is the type of run. As we can see from the replay, just a really good goal. This is the type of championship-winning goal on a championship-winning run. Spartans not showing any life. They need a miracle worthy of Istanbul, of Barcelona, of Roma. Some of the greatest comebacks in world football, I think, to come alive here. And from what we've seen of Florida Southern's composure, from them being able to bounce back from conceding a goal, I don't see it happening. I think that goal might just have tilted the scales. But we have to wait 31 minutes, 37 seconds left in total potential overtime too, as these teams still are very equal. But another draw control won by Florida Southern, and they're going to have it once again back up there. The Spartans, they were stuck in second gear before. It looks like they're in neutral right now.
Abby Hammond with the pass to Griffin. And Ellie Griffin holds on. And now sends a pass for Tear. Into the corner it goes. And behind the Spartans net. Up top with it now is Brenda Smith. Over for Griffin. And let's see, they work the perimeter here. 1 minute left in the second quarter. There's about a 1 second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. And perhaps the Mocs might be looking to take this all the way down to the final seconds and get one more shot away before halftime, as they're in no hurry here, as you see them continue to work the ball around. And now an opening, and the ball's on the field, picked up by the Mocs, and they take it outside once again. 25 on the shot clock. And there's a pass in front that misses, and it'll be chased down on the far side of the field by Hannah Hale. She gets there just before it rolls out. 13 on the game clock. And now they'll start looking to shoot. That's Smith, and the ball's loose. And I think Brenna Smith was waiting for a call against the Spartans, but the clock expires, and it's going to be a very, very spirited halftime talk, I'm sure, by Spartans head coach Kelly Gallagher, as her team trails by 6. So in 10 minutes, we will have the second half of play for you. The 2022 Sunshine State Conference Championship for Women's Lacrosse, UT and Florida Southern. And we'll be back with more on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
This is the University of Tampa. UT students travel from across the nation and around the globe to join a dynamic learning community. There are 150 academic programs, continuing studies for non-traditional students, and a highly ranked graduate school. Academic opportunities are extensive and rigorous, but this mid-sized residential campus retains a welcoming feel. With a student-faculty ratio of 16:1, students benefit from direct interaction with expert faculty, a faculty that is passionate about teaching and mentoring. Outside the classroom, UT enjoys a unique environment. Plant Hall, a National Historic Landmark, is surrounded by modern and historic buildings on 105 acres. UT's beautiful downtown riverfront setting offers a gateway to the heart of a vibrant city. Students are within walking distance of jobs and internships, and the recreational opportunities are endless, both off-campus and on campus. Students live in upscale residence halls and enjoy diverse activities, including performing arts, guest lectures, nearly 200 clubs and organizations, and a nationally ranked NCAA Division II athletics program. The UT experience begins with an innovative first-year program and continues with opportunities to challenge yourself in the honors program, to study abroad, to conduct research with faculty, to do an internship, to volunteer in the community, or to participate in multiple leadership programs. Explore your dreams, discover your talents, get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
In the late 1920s, the prospect of a Hillsborough High student enrolling in college was bleak. The nation was in the throes of the Great Depression. Businesses were failing, and many of Tampa's beautiful waterfront homes were left abandoned. The principal at Hillsborough High, Frederick Spaulding, didn't see these barriers. He only saw bright young students who were in need of a place to continue their learning. In 1931, collegiate-level courses were offered at Hillsborough High. This would later become the University of Tampa. On August 2, 1933, Spaulding arrived at the doors of Plant Hall with a 100-year lease from the city and a firm resolve, and with the turn of a key, opened the door to the University of Tampa. In its fledgling years, UT was fortunate if it could collect half of the tuition due from its students. It was only through the dedication of its professors, who worked without pay, that the university survived the Great Depression. Over the next several decades, UT grew slightly, enrolling up to 1,800 at times, starting several sports teams, and even began accepting students from other areas of the country. But in the early 90s, the growth seemed to stand still, even stop. UT needed new life, some passion. UT needed strong leadership.
In 1995, Dr. Vaughn became president and UT began to transform. 1,000 UT students has become 7,200, and we are now entering our 17th consecutive year of record enrollment. All the while, UT's academic profile continues to increase. There has been $350 million in new construction since 2000. We have added 7 new residence halls, academic buildings and labs, as well as athletic facilities. Plant Hall even got new carpet and new windows. UT now has more than 3,000 events annually and 200 clubs and student organizations. We have won 13 NCAA Division II championships, and since 2000, Spartan teams have won 35 Sunshine State Conference titles. As a member of the University of Tampa Spartan family, you are a guiding force behind UT's remarkable success. We are alums, students, parents, and friends, and together we are changing lives. We are individuals, yet the greater whole is only complete when we work together. You have helped make UT a vibrant community with growing resources and a superior reputation. Just like in the beginning when professors worked without pay, the spirit of giving at UT remains strong. Last year, nearly $14 million was donated to the university by thousands of generous supporters. When we strengthen education, we strengthen our job force and our nation as a whole. Donations support academics, campus life, and a student's ability to afford an education. Your participation is what matters most and shows that our Spartan family believes in the future of UT. Whatever level of support, your gift is important to us and enables UT to provide the challenging, high-quality education that has defined our university. Thank you for helping UT achieve such great success.
Welcome to the University of Tampa. My name is Tucker Whitman and I'm a junior marketing major here at UT. Today we're going to look at some of the highlights of our beautiful Riverside campus here in downtown Tampa. We'll start at Plant Hall. This historic building was opened in 1891 as the Tampa Bay Hotel and now serves as the main academic building here at UT, with 4 floors of classrooms as well as faculty and administrative offices. Next up, the Vaughn Center, the hub of campus life and activities. This multi-purpose building includes the campus bookstore, our primary cafeteria plus an additional food court, a theater, as well as offices and meeting rooms for student organizations. The Vaughn Center is also one of UT's residence halls, providing 5 floors of student rooms. Morsani Hall is another residence hall here at UT. In addition to housing approximately 450 students, this building offers another selection of eateries as well as a small grocery store. Now let's check out the Sykes College of Business. This academic building houses classrooms and faculty offices for UT's undergrad and graduate business students. This building also has a real-time stock trading room. Right next door is the Sykes Chapel for Faith and Values. This gorgeous interfaith chapel features a large main hall complete with a massive pipe organ, as well as meditation rooms and meeting rooms. Student healthcare is a major priority for us here at UT. The Dickey Health and Wellness Center is accessible to all students and provides high-quality services including basic medical care, counseling, and wellness programs. On the east side of campus, you'll find the McDonald-Kelsey Library. Here, students can learn from a large collection of books, periodicals, and digital databases. They can also take advantage of our numerous study rooms and computers. The Academic Success Center is another great resource for students. This is your one-stop shop for academic advising, coaching, and tutoring services. Whether you're a seasoned athlete or just want to shoot some hoops, the athletic facilities here at UT are hard to beat. The Bob Martinez Athletic Center includes a large gymnasium, a weight room, and training facilities. In addition, the campus features an aquatic center open year-round, 6 tennis courts, baseball and softball fields, a 1,500-seat stadium, as well as a lacrosse field and intramural complex. Need a break from studying? Head to Falk Theater and catch a play. This 1,000-seat historic theater serves as a home for all major performances made by UT's Department of Speech, Theater and Dance, as well as special guests. This is one of UT's newest facilities, the Innovation and Collaboration Building. Here you will find UT's very own Starbucks. In addition, classrooms, cybersecurity labs, study lounges, and the Loth Entrepreneurship Center, designed for student entrepreneurs to launch their startups. Thanks for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video tour of UT, we'd love to give you one in person. For more information or to schedule a campus visit, go to ut.edu.
It's not about any one thing. It's about how everything comes together, how it all connects. People, ideas, resources, community, everything. Quality of life services. That's what we do. Sodexo.
What do you get when you take your favorite food and stuff it inside a pocket of homemade dough? Cooked perfectly until golden brown. It's a mouth-watering empanada from Mr. Empanada. No one makes a better empanada. Take Ted Webb's word for it.
Almost as good as my mom used to make.
Check out our website for a location near you. MrEmpanada.com.
College sports.
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal, and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us and for college sports.
We are back and almost ready to start the second half here of the Sunshine State Conference Championship game between the Tampa Spartans and the Florida Southern Mocs. And disturbing, if you look at the stats at halftime, that Florida Southern has 10 goals and they've only taken 12 shots. So as much as Alex Walling needs some help from her defense, you got to stop some of these shots if you're going to give your team a chance to get back in, because 10 goals on 12 shots is not a very impressive save percentage, unfortunately.
Yeah, and of course, they're not always Alex Walling's fault. I think a majority of them are just unstoppable because a lot of them were point blank. But you do have to say, listen, Alex, can you just help us out a little bit more? We know the defense hasn't been giving you anything, but we need a little bit better than just 16%. If things keep getting worse, I wouldn't be surprised if, for a change of pace, they bring in Kylie Lorkin. And I don't think that would be unjustified with this save percentage, because obviously it's very unfair, I think, to Alex Walling. Walling's had a great season and honestly has made the 2 saves she's made were really good saves indeed, but just nothing going right.
It's that shot in the arm, just something to change the momentum, and we'll see if something was said at halftime by Callie Gallagher that gives her team a shot in the arm, which you really shouldn't need. This is for the conference championship. You find yourselves down by 6. You should just rally around the desire to win the championship, do it on your home field in front of your home fans. To Tampa's credit, they are shooting 50%. 4 of their 8 goals have gone in. But you see there, the second half starts with, well, it's going to be a break for UT, as it looked like it was going to be controlled by the Mocs. And so here go the Spartans. And let's see if they could slowly start chipping away at this deficit. And for those that have been watching regularly and have been attending the games here, It's just not something that we're used to seeing.
Yeah, Tampa's never really struggled this much, at least in the recent games. We've seen them take some tough losses before against some of the best teams in the nation, and Florida Southern definitely has the reputation and resume to be on that list as well, but they were better in the last matchup against their faded conference rival. And speaking of rivalries, just a fitting meeting for both teams as conference rivals in the conference championship. But so far, the rivalry has looked very much one-sided so far, or in the game.
And now here's Bryn Nestor with it for UT. The pass for Birch and double team, so she flips it to Colombo. Nice pass in front. Shot scores! Sarah Hinkle, 1 minute 6 seconds into the third quarter. And so UT gets the first goal after halftime to make it 10-5.
And that's arguably the most important goal of the night for the Spartans because of the run that Florida Southern had gotten on, extending the lead. The Spartans had looked lifeless entering half, but to get the first goal is important. It's not going to give them everything, but it gives them a start. It gives them something to work off of. And as you're mentioning, Bruce, they need a shot in the arm. Maybe that's the adrenaline that might start to course through their veins as they get ready for the draw one more time. CC Colombo in the circle for the Spartans. On that goal, of course, Sarah Hinkle, assisted by CC Colombo. Hinkle's first of the game.
Sarah Hinkle now in 2022, 52 goals.
We saw Hinkle break the 50-goal mark last time out against St. Leo.
I'd love to see her fill the net some more, as there's a collision. And you see Sloan getting up for Florida Southern, Abby Hammond. And the Spartans fans not happy, voicing their displeasure. As this is 1 minute 11 seconds into the third quarter, and a yellow card has been called against the Spartans.
And that's what's been the story of the night for the Spartans. They get a little advantage and then boom, they're hit with a foul, they're hit with the yellow card, and it just completely ruins everything that happens. We'll have to see how the Spartans can defend this possession from the Mocs. A little bit of open space for them, but just incredibly disappointing. Working the ball around, Spartans defense in the interior working for now.
And there's a pass in the corner, and they look in front and go up top instead. And right in front they score. So the call against the Spartans comes back to hurt them as the Mocs go right back into a 6-goal lead. 1 minute 35 seconds in.
Was it a double yellow on the play? Because the Spartans bench player not moving. But either way, it's still a really good goal. And as we saw in the replay, just well worked, found it around the opposite side of the post. And again, those point blank shots are just so hard to defend.
And we'll see CC Colombo here on the draw against Madison Kennedy.
Yeah, but Spartans are still a player down here, and
I believe the call was against Isabella Avila.
Yep, a yellow card in Avila, and apparently double yellow or something it had to be because Avila not back up in the game. Tampa still now down to only 10 compared to the 11.
And the draw will be controlled by the Mocs. Oh, and behind the play, Alyssa Romano with a little how-do-you-do elbow to one of the Mocs. As Florida Southern in possession here, taking it into the corner. It's Madison Tare.
I just texted Tom.
And Tare with a pass now to McFerrin. And right in front, they score again. Sammy Garossi and the Mocs pouring it on, a 12-5 lead.
And we see Walling heading to the bench, and I think that's going to be her day done. Kylie Morgan stepping in. Just another good goal for Florida Southern. This time, a little bit less of a defensive error, but more just a good shot to beat Walling, as Warnkin will be able to make a debut in the playoffs. And yeah, things now 12-5. The good start for the Spartans to dust almost immediately.
So once again, it's CC Colombo and Madison Kennedy here on this draw. And this time the goaltender substitution, a thing of necessity, due to Florida Southern now having 12 goals and 14 shots, as opposed to, let's see if this will motivate the team. Spartans down by 7 goals here, and now the ball is out and picked up by the Mocs. Yes, and there you see going down to the field was Alyssa Romano for UT, and Ellie Griffin is going to put it into play for the Mocs, and she sends a long pass over and connects with McFerrin, and McFerrin slows it down, sends a pass up top, and quick passing here by the Mocs, and McFerrin is open, gets in front, and her shot goes wide and out of play.
I think that one definitely should have been a goal, just an actual minor error on Abby McFerrin, because she was able to dispatch her Spartan defender with ease, but now they're going to score it off a worked play, and it looks like on that goal was Haley DeLeo. One more time, and Spartans just letting it up inside. A hat trick now, a second Florida Southern player with a hat trick, and well, already had the hat trick. That's goal number 4 for DeLeo. And things going from just bad to worse after that opening goal. Now we're looking at the Florida Southern entering another run, and surely now, not much left to fight for.
So CC Colombo and Madison Kennedy will do the honors once again. And I had mentioned in the first half that the fans of Florida Southern were on their feet. That's just because it was anxious moments in the early going, a very close start. And now they're all on their feet, enjoying their team being in an 8-goal lead here on the road. And as you see, the Mocs in control once again, as Kennedy herself, although being pressured, now gets a pass away for Lay. Lay heads down the near sideline, and hold on, a whistle stopping play. The official on the far side of the field making the call, and now he's going to confer with his 2 colleagues to relay what he saw. And this comes 3 minutes 13 seconds into the third quarter. Amazing that it's only been 3 minutes and 13 seconds, and yet we've had 4 goals by the 2 teams combined already here in the third quarter.
It's been very much the offensive display, and very much a very poor defensive effort so far in that quarter. And as we were mentioning, 4, make that 5. And you know, Tampa had a pretty big lead against St. Leo. Now they're on an opposite end of a scoreline like that. Florida Southern 1 goal away from getting a running clock in motion, 14-5 after that goal right there. And this time, it's just running it inside, dancing through Spartan defenders, and firing at home. And Warnkin just hung out to dry. There will be a timeout, I assume, for the Spartans as they just try to salvage the sinking ship. But I think they've already entered the Bermuda Triangle. It might be too late. 11:34 left in the third quarter. The Sunshine State Conference Championship for women's lacrosse. Of course, right after this as well, the men's championship, so stay with us afterwards. But for now, keep watching. We'll be back after the timeout.
7 different goal scorers for Florida Southern so far in this game, and the Spartans don't even have that many goals. It's 14-5, and coming out of a timeout called by Spartans head coach Kelly Gallagher. 11:34 to play, and it's just the third quarter.
Yeah, I mean, and I think the big thing has just been shot accuracy and shot quality. Florida Southern, it feels they're scoring in every shot because they pretty much are. They've had 14 goals and 16 shots on goal. Whenever they're getting those good looks, they're nearly impossible to stop. We saw Walling come out for Warnken, and Warnken so far, 2 shots on goal, not able to stop any of them so far. So nothing going right for the Spartans, everything going right for the Mocs. They're ready with the face-off here. And if you're worried about complacency from Florida Southern, I don't know if you've been watching the same game as us, because no complacency found in any of the bones of any of the Florida Southern players. That one, though, that's arguably, and right away we see the ref saying, you know where you're going. And Madison Kennedy.
On the draw, it was Riley McGettigan for the Spartans, so Kelly Gallagher having to make something other than just a goaltending change to try to get her team back into this one, whether it's someone different taking the draw or Spartans hope for an opportunity here to take advantage of having the extra player, as the call made there against Kennedy.
Yeah, similar to the Spartan one from earlier where the player said, yep, I know I have to go immediately. Kennedy over with the yellow card on the cross check. And that could be a shot in the arm for the Spartans, but at this point, they're going to need a lot more than 1 shot in the arm. They're probably going to need a dozen to get back into this one. They're still fighting with a good pass down to the side.
And now here's Madison Birch for CC Colombo. 2 defenders on her. Pass over, and shot scores! Julia Colderman with her 3rd goal of the game. And so the Spartans are able to take advantage of the call against Florida Southern as UT gets back in the goal column and cuts it to 14-6.
Yep, and that'll end the penalty immediately, so interesting to see this one ends after the first goal. But a good goal nonetheless for the Spartans, their 2nd of the 3rd quarter, and already under 5 minutes played, 6 goals scored. The offensive fireworks continue to start the second half.
Riley McGettigan going out there once again for UT against Madison Kennedy, who was the penalized player. And so Colderman, their 3rd of the game, and the Spartans need some offense any way they can get it. And now one of these Spartans players ran off. They actually had too many players out there, and the officials are going to talk about this, as it was Sarah Hinkle who came running off the field at the urging of assistant coach Kaylee Gilday. And so now the Mocs do not have anyone out there to take the draw. For some reason, Madison Kennedy had gone to the sideline, and now she comes back out, and the Mocs make more personnel changes.
They're wanting to make sure they're fully set, so I think now their personnel change is just about done. By the way, on that goal, Julia Colderman completes a hat trick. So even though a disappointing day for the Spartans, Colderman able to get a nice playoff hat trick for herself here. 14-6, now we're ready to resume. All the changes from the Mocs done and dusted. Arm goes up and down.
Kelsey Montgomery moved up there for the Spartans, as did Ellie Griffin for the Mocs, and it's UT in possession here, as there's an errant pass, and Birch able to come out of the pack with it, and then she ducks under a high stick, although the officials say no, she didn't, that got her. And so Spartans will say thank you very much, we'll take it. As heading to the penalty area for Florida Southern is Abby Hammond. And so an extra player opportunity here for UT. A check to the head called against Abby Hammond.
So far with extra players, Tampa has been able to find the back of the net, so maybe that is a 2nd shot in the arm for the Spartans.
Emma McLaughlin with it here. Gives it to Christina Romano. Back to McLaughlin. And Emma has it knocked from her stick, and the Mocs, just like that, cause a turnover. And look out, there's a pass, and running in to try to make a play for UT was Kelsey Montgomery, and the goaltender Worker plays it instead to Kelly as she runs up the sideline, and Ryan Kelly loses it, and it's turned over. So the Spartans with a break. Keep in mind that they do have the extra player right now as O'Neill Gallinson has it knocked from her stick, and she picks it back up and sends a pass ahead to Hinkle. Sarah Hinkle on the run. Hinkle sends a pass over for Emma McLaughlin, looks to her right and gives it to Christina Romano. Pass in front, and a whistle as Madison Birch was about to unleash a shot against Patricia Worker, and so Madison Birch is going to have a free position attempt here, and Birch one-on-one with Worker, hoping to cut the lead in half, and Birch scores! 14-7. Madison Birch finally gets in the goal column, her first goal of the game, as she came into today with 57 goals this season. And so the Spartans happy to see her finally get on track.
It's very much a rarity to see Birch so quiet in terms of shooting and scoring, but this time around is able to get in the back of the net and get a first goal of the game. Second point, because Birch did have an assist earlier, but that is huge for the Spartans as they're able to start clawing back. Maybe a little bit of complacency is creeping in for Florida Southern. We've seen them recover off of these things before, but the Spartans finally getting it in motion, finally accelerating, looking to close that gap. And it is cut in half now, but it still is 7 goals with around 29 minutes to play. It'll be a tough fight back, but still one they've got to keep fighting for.
Yeah, they need as many goals, the Spartans, as they've had the entire game, just to get it tied up. And you see McGettigan controlling the draw herself and needs some help. And this is Emma McLaughlin, who will bring it across the Florida Southern line. McLaughlin on the run, heads towards the corner, puts the brakes on, and sends it back for Montgomery. Over for Cece Colombo now. Colombo looks to her right, to her left, and now opts for Christina Romano. Romano up top for Emma McLaughlin. McLaughlin looking to go one-on-one here, and the second defender comes over to help out. There's a loose ball, and picked up in the crease by the Mocs. And now an outlet pass. And the official right there is going to say that possession will stay with Florida Southern, but wants it done from the back end of the Mock zone. And it looks like we're going to have a timeout here, perhaps called by Florida Southern. And so with that being the case, we will take a timeout ourselves. You're watching the Sunshine State Conference Championship game on the SSC Digital Network.
I pledged. I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
Back live here at the Namoli Family Athletic and Intramural Complex on the grounds of the University of Tampa campus. I'm Bruce Wozniak along with Taylor Stolworthy, and this is the 2022 Sunshine State Conference Championship game for women's lacrosse. The visitors with a big 14-7 lead over the host Tampa Spartans. 13-3 were the Mocs during regular season play, and then the victory on Thursday that advanced them to today's game. And the Spartans were 11-5, and then beat St. Leo here a few nights ago to set up this match that you're watching here this afternoon. And Florida Southern had called the timeout as they are about to put the ball back into play in the corner to the left of our broadcast location, and it'll be put in play in the person of Madison Terre, and away she goes, being chased by Montgomery, and Madison Birch tried to derail the progress by Terre, nothing doing. She carries on, and Terre now being chased by Emma McLaughlin and goes into the corner. Finally sends a pass there for Gaddy. Gaddy being watched by O'Neill Gallinson. Gaddy changes hands and looks for an open teammate. Gives it to McFerrin. And Abby McFerrin with a pass over to DeLeo and gets it right back. And now instead they go to Griffin. Griffin has a step on Romano and now opts to send a pass back instead to Terre. Terre looking for an open teammate. And McFerrin being watched closely there by Emma McLaughlin. And now a pass, a loose ball picked up by the Mocs. And good defense by the Spartans as they're able to cause a turnover. Coming out of the pack with it is Holliston Wagner as she crosses midfield. Wagner still on the run. And now makes a pass to Sarah Hinkle. And here's Madison Birch. Up top, Montgomery. And over to the other side of the field to Romano. Christina Romano holds on, sends a pass down low. And in behind the Mocs net is Olivia Mott. And now over for Montgomery, a little skip move. Montgomery gets around the defender, and Birch fakes the shot, comes in close. Oh, and a good save there by Worker. And a loose ball as the Mocs start to come out of the pack with it. And both officials call it for Florida Southern.
It was a good shot attempt there, and a good save though by Worker to prevent it from going in. Not save with a stick, but save with a body, taking one for the team to make that play happen. And it was a great fake shot and a great move to the inside, but not able to find the back of the net. And now Florida Southern once again working it up, trying to break the Tampa press.
Abby McFerrin goes down at midfield and rolls a pass back for Kelly. And now over from Loudon. Up ahead with it is Gaddy. Gaddy tries to get away from Gallinson and can't. Sends a pass over to Griffin instead. And now Griffin, as we're down to 6:25 to go here in the third quarter. Griffin tries to work her way inside and sends a pass that's knocked down, a loose ball, and picked up there by Gaddy. So the Mocs dodge a bullet on what looked like it was going to be a turnover as Gaddy tries to work her way out in front. 20 seconds on the shot clock for Florida Southern. And now right in the slot they score. As Florida Southern extends their lead to 15-7 with 5:57 to go.
A big goal for Florida Southern because things were looking a little bit slippery. They hadn't had a lot of offensive success. But here, they're going to be able to work the play, get it in front, and fire it back home. Once again, securing it to 15-7. The Spartans looking a lot better this quarter, but Florida Southern starting to climb back up. There's a little bit of a goal-scoring spell there, with both teams having some longer possessions, but make it goal number 8 of the period. Second period had 9 goals. This one on pace to do that with around 5:57 to go in the third.
Haley DeLeo got the goal. That's 5 goals for her today, and she did come into today leading the Mocs in goals with 50, and so 55 for her in 2022. As Haley DeLeo has 1/3 of the Mocs offense here this afternoon. And now the draw between McGettigan and Kennedy, as you see the Mocs in possession once again as Abby Hammond holds on to it. Hammond being chased by Gallinson. Hammond now being double teamed, and her pass connects And Madison Terre will take it down into the corner and sends a pass over on the other side. Quick passing by the Mocs once again, and a good save there by Warnken. And now out in front, the Spartans able to come away with the loose ball.
Warnken gets a first save of the game, and the third save by all Spartan goalies combined now. And that was an important one. It was a really good chance there. That pass is going to be a little bit errant and go right to Worker.
And that was a good chance for UT, but Madison Birch unable to get to it. As you see, Worker being pressured and finally gets it away. And now she retreats to the net.
I'd say forget the name Worker. I'd start calling her Manuel Neuer Jr. because taking it all the way up like a sweeper keeper to help the Florida Southern get back into the attacking third. And on the attack,
front, they shoot and score. The Mocs so many goals today right in front of the Tampa net. And that's just the latest as they increase their lead to 16-7.
Forgive a little bit of laughter, but that is just one of the funnier goals as we see just Warnken and the Mock goal scorer, this time Brenna Smith, just fighting in front of the goal, going back and forth for a couple seconds before Smith finally tucks it home. You gotta feel bad for Warnken. That's the scariest situation to be as a goalkeeper. The player right in front of you, and we once again see the chorus line kicks from the Florida Southern bench. I actually was in a chorus line musical in high school. Very fun production indeed. And another fun production would certainly be the game today for the Mocs, as they now once again lead by 9 for Brenna Smith. That is going to be goal number 3. Congratulations on the hat trick. No assist there. That was all herself. But everything going right from Patricia Worker, with being a great sweeper keeper on that play, fighting off the Spartan defender, and a well-worked play to lead to the one-on-one chance for Smith to complete the hat trick.
CC Colombo gets possession for UT, and Colombo is checked, and the Mocs able to come away with it.
The refs, I think, a little bit fewer fouls this quarter as the game has gotten a little bit more physical.
As you see it turned over there, as Alyssa Romano recovered for UT and sends it over to the far side of the field. And now UT crossing midfield as that's Holliston Wagner on the run. And pass up ahead to Birch. Birch now for Hinkle. Hinkle with a pass over. And Bryn Nestor sends it down in behind the Mocs net. And Colderman with it now. Colderman puts her shoulder down, heads towards the net. Colderman scores! Julia Colderman with her 4th goal of the game. And the Spartans hang around at 16-8.
Colderman 4 for 4. Well, 4 for 5 with shots, but goal number 4. And we see just a very well-worked play. Gets around her defender and fires in the back of the net. Florida Southern still leading, but Tampa able to keep level in this absolute flurry of goals scored this period. That's goal number 10. 6 goals for the Mocs, 4 goals for the Spartans. And we still have 3 minutes 40 to play, so still some time to work. And even though there's been a big lead for Florida Southern, Tampa fighting to make sure the running clock does not get going.
And now Madison Kennedy has a quick word with her teammate Abby Hammond and gets ready for the draw for UT. Once again, it's Riley McGettigan. And the official steps out of the way. The ball comes out and chased down, and 2 Spartans players go down, both CC Colombo and Alyssa Romano, and nothing to show for it as possession goes to Florida Southern.
I will say, like, for the second half for both teams, there were a lot of physical plays that I think were called for fouls and even occasionally yellow cards. Here, both teams getting a little more physical, but the refs, I think, backing off, letting the teams get a little more physical, letting the rivalry blood spew, and it's always fun to see the rivalry sort of sparking some flames like this. And I think it leads to better play from both teams as they want to try to get a little bit of a one-up on their rival. After a rough hit, they say, hey, I want to score, to put it in their face like that. But we're going to have to see what happens here. Florida Southern all the way up for Tampa's side, around the back.
Elise Alders with it. And her pass now for McFerrin. McFerrin being checked there, and a nice job to cause a turnover by Danny Waters. And Waters starts up in front of her own sideline, makes a pass that connects with Madison Birch on the run. Birch across the Mox line, a pass up ahead for Nestor. Bryn Nestor moves in, and a whistle, and this will stop play with 2:25 remaining in the third quarter. And so Bryn Nestor will get a free position attempt here against Patricia Worker, who has 5 saves in the game.
Tampa 1 for 2 in these free position attempts like this. They were looking to go 2 for 3 to try to get back to a 7-goal deficit.
The officials, I think, having a conference about this at the Mox restraining line. And as Taylor mentioned before, in a bit of irony, we also have a Sunshine State Conference Championship men's lacrosse game this afternoon between UT and Florida Southern. That one's scheduled for a 3 o'clock start. And now we're ready for the Bryn Nestor free position attempt. Whistle blows and she scores!
Bryn Nestor able to convert on the free position and get her first goal of the game, and a very well taken shot. We see her pick it up as the whistle goes. And fires it past Worker, who did get to the ground to try to make the save. It was a low shot. It gets into the back of the net. 16-9 is the deficit now. Now looking at the stat line, early in the game, it was a very close in terms of shots. There's a little bit more of a gap here for Florida Southern. And in terms of draw possessions, 16-11. So 16 draw possessions and 16 goals scored for the Mox. A fun little stat line. 2:23 to go. Mox still lead by 7.
And I should correct myself, a 3:30 men's lacrosse game, not 3 o'clock. As we get set here for the draw once again between Madison Kennedy and Riley McGettigan. And still plenty of lacrosse left to be played here in this one. 2:23 to go in the third quarter. UT is going to have to muster a whole bunch of offense while shutting down what has been a very volatile Florida Southern offense.
With the goal scoring rate we've had this game, I don't think the offense is going to be the problem. I think the defense will, as Tampa just has not found an answer to stop the Mox yet. Every single period so far, the Mox have been able to score at least 4 goals, and it was a very quiet first quarter that only saw 5 goals in total being scored. The Mox have scored 6 goals in each of the next 2 quarters alone. So to see just how quickly the game has changed from what looked like to be a very closer defensive field fest to now an offensive firework for the fans to enjoy, I think that might be the key stat to look at.
And so we're still awaiting the draw here between McGettigan and Kennedy. Draw controls are 16-11 in favor of Florida Southern. And now we're finally ready as the official gets the 2 participants set and steps out of the way, and the ball comes out, and right there for Florida Southern was Abby Hammond, and she runs it up. We're being watched very closely by Erin McLaughlin, and now play restarts as the Mox have it in the corner. It's Gaddy taking it down near the end line in a spin move, trying to get away from O'Neill Gallinson. And Gaddy finally opts for Katie Eagle. McFerrin, and up top, Griffin goes to the other side. That's Smith. Smith has a little bit of room and a pass in front. They chase it down, and it's picked up by DeLeo. And some nifty footwork there by Ellie Griffin, and now sent into the corner to Gaddy. Gaddy tries to get around Gallinson once again, a shot that goes high and out of play. Possession stays with the Mox as the shot clock is now down to 22 seconds. And so Lizzie Lynch on the restart Makes a pass that connects and a shot that goes high and out of play once again. And the Mocs need to hurry up now as the shot clock is down to 5 seconds. And Gaddy with it, 3 seconds. And will they get one away? They do. They score right as the shot clock expires. And the Mocs, wow, when things go your way, that's amazing.
That one beat the buzzer very, very closely, and they just kept finding, they just kept passing, kept working, and finally found the open space needed to get the shot off. And their lead is back up to 8, and that is goal number 12 for the quarter. So, once again, if you're a fan of offense, regardless of who you're supporting, you're getting a plethora of goals this time around.
Yeah, 7-5. The Mocs have outscored the Spartans here in the third quarter. And we're down to just 48 seconds left here in the third. As Riley McGettigan out there once again, another draw. And being opposed one more time for Florida Southern by Madison Kennedy. And Kennedy ran it down herself, and now she's able to pick it up and goes down to the field courtesy of Erin McLaughlin. And so Florida Southern puts it in right in front of their own sideline as there's a pass that connects with Loudon. And Allie Loudon runs it across midfield. Loudon is checked closely there, and unable to cause a turnover was Christina Romano, the call against her. And now it's Gaddy with 7 seconds left in the quarter. And let's see if she's aware. Quick little spin move and a pass, and right in front. Nice save there by Warnken as the horn goes to end the third quarter. And so UT is going to have a tremendous task in front of them if they're going to pull off any kind of a comeback in this 2022 Sunshine State Conference Championship. They trail 17-9. We're at the end of 3 quarters, and we'll be back with more on the SSC Digital Network.
College sports.
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal, and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us and for college sports.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Alabama just got...
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Back live here at the DeMolay Family Athletic and Intramural Complex on the grounds of the University of Tampa campus. It's the 2022 Sunshine State Conference Championship game between the Tampa Spartans and the Florida Southern Mocs. And this one, for all intents and purposes, has been all Florida Southern. They have a big 17-9 lead, and they have only scored more and more as the game has gone along, meaning 4 goals in the first quarter, 6 in the second, and then 7 in the third. Good news for the Spartans is the same trend, 1, 3, and 5, but it just hasn't been enough to stack up against what has been a very high-powered Mocs offense as the teams have changed ends one more time, and Riley McGettigan and Madison Kennedy look to do the honors once again on this draw to start the fourth quarter.
The Spartans had been on fire. They'd been a really good team entering up into this game. a pretty long win streak, and it was going to take a big performance to shut them down. Well, guess what Florida Southern has done so far? A pretty big performance, as that draw is going to go away. As you mentioned, they did meet earlier in the season. Florida Southern came out on top. And what was going to be the repeat? Would the Spartans continue their win streak? Florida Southern win the rivalry? Right now, it's looking a little bit more like the rivalry going into the hands of the Mocs. Still 14:59 to play, but something big's going to have to happen to make that scoreline change. A few substitutions being made now.
And something big and something historic, as the Spartans would have to score in the fourth quarter alone as many goals as they've scored in the first three combined. And oh, by the way, they would have to shut out Florida Southern in doing so, as CC Colombo gets ready to put it into play for UT, awaits the official's whistle, and last-minute changes being made by both teams. And CC looking over at the official, waiting for the go-ahead. CC Colombo has a goal and an assist in this game. And it looks like there's a call against Florida Southern, as they have someone over in the penalty area as player resumes.
Yeah, Tampa with the player advantage. That could be the start they need for the fourth quarter, but that start might have just come to a little bit of a pause as an errant pass has given the Mocs the possession once again.
Lizzie Lynch is the Florida Southern player that's seated over in the penalty area. And so the Mocs started up with a pass that connects with Ellie Griffin. She crosses midfield, Griffin being chased by Colderman. And Griffin, now Colderman knocks it free from her stick. And coming down with it was Madison Terr for the Mocs, as McFerrin sends a pass over for Griffin. And now Terr sends a pass that misses, was intended for Ellie Griffin. And so the Spartans say thank you very much. And Emma McLaughlin puts it into play for the home team. And Emma sends a pass over for Holliston Wagner. Up ahead to Danny Waters. Look out, 3 Mocs around her. And she gets it quickly to O'Neill Gallinson, who we know has some speed. Gallinson crosses the Mocs line. Gallinson with a pass in the middle. Birch, and knocked away. And Birch is knocked down to the field. Play carries on as the Mocs take over.
Yeah, the Mocs now ready to get back into it. After that one right there.
Worker signaling her teammates and gets a pass up ahead to Terr. And now Terr with a pass up ahead. Not a real smart pass. There was nothing but white shirts there. And it's the Spartans that come away with it as they play it back to Kylie Warnken. In case you just joined us, Alex Walling got the starting goal and was replaced, as here's an opportunity coming up for the Mocs. Although, hold on, the ball is loose and bodies going down. 2 Mocs players at the field. Call being made against UT. And so Florida Southern, after it looked like it was going to be turned over, they have possession here. As Brenna Smith looks for an open teammate. Brenna Smith has 3 goals in this game, and looked like Warnken might have gotten a piece of that one as the Mocs stay in possession here. And on the far side of the field, that's Gaddy. Gaddy being backed up by Madison Birch. And Gaddy, now a whistle stops play. We're 2:43 into the fourth quarter. And 2 of the officials talking things over, as it looks like Abby McFerrin is going to get a free position attempt here against Kylie Warnken. And Abby McFerrin ready to go one-on-one, just awaiting the official's whistle. There it is, and here she goes. And McFerrin shoots, and Warnken got a piece of that one as the Mocs are able to chase down the rebound. DeLeo picks it up on the far side of the field. DeLeo being watched there by Emma McLaughlin, gets away from her. Emma catches up with her, and taken down DeLeo. And the officials will certainly call that one.
I think that might have been the easiest call to make of the game, to give another free position to Florida Southern. A little bit of clear interference on that shot. We saw the ref kick the leg up, so indicating might have been a little tripping too. Warnken saves the last free position. Warnken be able to get in front of it this time.
And instead of pass and looking to shoot was McFerrin, and now a loose ball is picked up by Smith, and she sends a pass into the corner, and jumping to pull that one down was Lynch. Lizzie Lynch with a little spin move, and she scores. Nice acrobatic play there by Lizzie Lynch, and the Mocs go into an 18-9 lead.
And Lynch making that one look like another day of the office. Just is able to get past the defender and has to jump, but basically with the little reach above is able to get it above Warnken and into the back of the net. 18-9 lead once again for Florida Southern, and the Mocs run continues. It took them a couple seconds and also a couple free positions, but now the door opens and they're going to get the Halloween candy known as another goal. On the game, Lizzie Lynch, 2 goals and 4 assists, a team leading 6 points. In fact, even more than DeLeo's 5 goals. 6 goals contributed for Lynch, so an amazing game for her. 11:43 to go in the fourth quarter.
It's Madison Kennedy in her familiar position for the Mocs on this draw against Riley McGettigan of UT, and a procedure call against the Mocs, and so the Spartans get possession as Cece Colombo starts it. She gets across the box line. Colombo on the run, takes it to the corner, a pass right in front, backhand shot, and that one goes out of play. Lizzie Pierpont, by necessity, with the backhand shot. And possession to the Spartans, as you see Cece Colombo picking it up and putting it into play. Cece looking in front, and no white jerseys there. And so she continues to hold on and switches hands and sends it to Pierpont behind the net. Pierpont to the far side. And a nice little move there that's sent back behind the Mocs net. And working in front is Mott, and her shot goes out of play behind the Mocs net. And you see the official there making the call. And this comes 4 minutes, 10 seconds into the fourth quarter, and it looks like Reese Colwell for the Mocs is going to head off to the penalty area and have a seat on the far side of the field. And meanwhile, UT with a chance here to get into double digits, as this is a free position attempt for Olivia Mott. One-on-one against Patricia Worker. And here goes Olivia Mott. Holds it, scores! Mott with a bounce shot that gets past Worker, and it's 18-10.
Tampa passed the 10-goal milestone here, and with Mott's first goal of the game on that shot, that means there are 7 different Spartan goal scorers. So again, the Spartans are doing a good job of getting a lot of players involved. A good low shot there by Mott is able to give the Spartans a nice little cushion. 18-10. They're getting right back into this. Still pretty far behind, but good momentum to start out in the fourth quarter. 1 goal scored by each team. 10:47 to go.
20 goals now for Olivia Mott in 2022. And we'll see Riley McGettigan do the honors once again here with Madison Kennedy. The draw controls are now 18-13 in favor of the Mocs. And one of the many stats that have not gone the Spartans' way today.
Now, one of the stats that has gone the Spartans' way has been caused turnovers. Meanwhile, that the draw stat continues to stay with Florida Southern as the ball is knocked away.
Good hustle by Cece Colombo, and ultimately does it result in a cause turnover? No. The official right there on the spot calling it for the Mocs. And so Florida Southern will put it into play from the far sideline. And now they restart, and some open real estate there, and right away for UT, Christine Romano shut it down, and Abby McFerrin with it for the Mocs. Double teamed, and McFerrin needs some help, and good pressure there by Holliston Wagner. And the official on the far side of the field here's a timeout called by Kara Reber, the head coach of Florida Southern. And so we will take a timeout as well and be back with more on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
Just another ordinary day at UT.
Back live here in the 2022 Sunshine State Conference Championship game for women's lacrosse. As the Florida Southern Mocs had called a timeout. They currently lead 18-10 with 9:49 to go in the fourth quarter. As you see the Spartans coming back onto the field, led by their goaltender Kylie Morgan, who I mentioned took over for Alex Walling, who had played the first 32:04 of this game. She gave up 12 goals and made just 2 saves. Morgan has allowed 6 goals and made 2 saves. And the Mocs will put the ball in play from the far side of the field in the person of Madison Terre. And now she restarts and sends a pass for McFerrin. And McFerrin gets a pass away, and the Spartans able to knock that one loose. The possession stays with Florida Southern as Brenna Smith was trying to get the shot off. And so Brenna Smith will have a free position attempt here against Kylie Morgan. And we've seen how dangerous Brenna Smith is. Here she goes and scores once again. And Brenna Smith is having herself a game here. That is goal number 4 on the afternoon for her as the Mocs lead grows to 19-10.
That one really well worked off the free position. And she's able to pull it back and fire it to the top corner on the opposite side. Morgan can only just watch as it breezes by. Another good goal. Florida Southern leading 19-10 now, 9:33. And yeah, another 4th goal. Great game for Smith and great game overall for Florida Southern, but a few key contributors for Florida Southern, including DeLeo, Smith, and Lynch. That trio combining for a total of, well, pretty much every single goal. They have been a pretty good part in helping.
Madison Kennedy and Riley McGettigan on the draw, and it's pulled down by Abby Hammond of the Mocs. And look out, off to the races goes Ellie Griffin. Griffin one-on-one here with Morgan, and now the Spartans come back and shut it down, as you saw Erin McLaughlin with the push. And so Griffin dusts herself off, and Ellie Griffin will get a free position attempt here. She herself has 2 goals and 2 assists in this game. Griffin still putting herself back together. To our left, the right, Kylie Morgan. And now Ellie Griffin is ready to go. And instead opts to send a pass up top. And over on the far side with it is McFerrin. McFerrin going one-on-one against Emma McLaughlin. And a pass now for DeLeo. DeLeo being chased. And stick came up high on DeLeo from Danny Waters. And it just happened to occur right in front of the official. And that's an easy call to make.
Now, we'll notice something as well. Currently, we see the penalty bench. There is a Florida Southern player now. Now, she's not going to be alone. It's a Tampa player. Waters, of course, on that play, joining her. So, even strength, both teams down 1 player.
.56 to go, and you hate to say it, the game. I don't know that the Spartans are going to find as many goals in the final 8:56 as they have throughout the entire game to this point.
I think it's impossible, but this team never quits. They always keep fighting, and even though this might go down as a loss for them, they've had a great season, and being a nationally ranked team, we expect to see them in postseason play. They just might not be the top seed in their region. That could go, of course, to the potential champions in waiting with 8:59 to go, Florida Southern.
And now on the far side of the field, Abby McFerrin restarts for the Mocs. Pass into the near corner and back over to the other side. And McFerrin takes it way outside and sends a pass for Eagle behind the Spartans net and in the corner. And Lizzie Lynch was already indicating that it should go back over to the far side, and that's what happens as Abby McFerrin has it over there. And up top, Madison Terre. Terre with a pass over for Lynch. Back to Terre once again. And now McFerrin. Katie Eagle with it. And 30 seconds still on the shot clock for the Mocs, as there's a pass that misses, and so it'll be turned over. And UT puts it in play from behind their own net. That's Erin Sistek. And the pass up ahead is bobbled and now picked back up by Pierpont, and she races across midfield. You see Pierpont across the Mocs line, pass in the middle, and look what I found. There's a shot there that was taken by Gracie Colombo, but Worker made the save, and a collision out at midfield now.
It's a good save by Worker to prevent that good chance there for Gracie Colombo. Player down, and Florida Southern should be able to retain possession right here. 7:18 to go, 84 on the shot clock.
That was Abby McFerrin, the player who went down for the Mocs, and you saw her putting her protective eyewear back on as the Mocs take it down now into the Spartans' end of the field. And there's a pass back to McFerrin again. And Florida Southern just looking to kill all kinds of clock at this point. I saw this on their last possession. The game clock is at 6:53. And now here's an opportunity. And some nice passing, and good job there by Kylie Morgan to take over for the Spartans and take it away from the Mocs, as Lizzie Pierpont crosses midfield. Pierpont with a pass ahead to Hinkle. Sarah Hinkle, a little spin move over for Colderman, and she opts to pass behind the Mox net. This is Pierpont over for Bryn Nestor. And now Cece Colombo. Colombo tries to get around the defender, is met by another, and chasing it was Olivia Mott, but unfortunately it rolls right into the stick of Abby Hammond. And so the Mox take over as Worker goes behind her own net. 5:55 to go in the game.
Florida Southern just very much willing to just, hey, we'll take it slow. We've already got a big lead. No real reason to rush it. And they can find
across the Spartans line, and she's chased now by Alyssa Romano, and a pass nicely corralled by McFerrin. And McFerrin being watched there by Holliston Wagner, sends a pass up top. Allie Loudon. This is McFerrin. And Florida Southern, let's see if they'll work the clock again here and try to kill off as much time as they can, as the game clock is down to 5:05 and there's 28 on the shot clock. As there's a pass into the far corner, it's bobbled, and O'Neill Gallinson picks it up for the Spartans, and away she goes. Gallinson is slowed there at the line, now gets it ahead. Alyssa Romano on the run, her pass connects, and off goes Riley McGettigan. McGettigan pass down, and up top quickly to Madison Birch, and a pass that got knocked down, and the Mox take over, but hold on, the loose ball, and it'll be played back to the goaltender Worker, and now she'll be chased by Olivia Mott as Worker takes shelter behind her own net. And Worker in no hurry here, although she is looking for an open teammate, and slowly starts to walk it up, and Patricia Worker is going to be pressured now by Olivia Mott, and Worker is going to be a timeout called by Florida Southern, as Worker was in distress there. And so we will take a timeout as well. You're watching the 2022 Women's Lacrosse Sunshine State Conference Championship game on the SSC Digital Network.
NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org/opportunity.
And we're back as the agony is being prolonged for the Spartans by that Florida Southern Mox timeout. And Taylor, as you mentioned, it's going to be a disappointing finish to the 2022 season for UT, but they still have to hold their heads high. 11-5 in regular season play, and then the victory the other night to advance to today. So still a successful campaign. Just didn't end the way they would have liked it to, but only one team in the end can win the championship.
Yeah, and it's been a good season for the Spartans. They've had one of the toughest schedules, I'd say, of all time. Nearly every single team they've faced this season has been of top 25 caliber. You're not going to win every game when you have tough competition like that. And tonight is one of the nights where it didn't go the Spartans' way. everything was off for the Spartans in all honesty. Florida Southern just truly the better team here, and they definitely deserve. In 4 minutes, they'll be crowned Sunshine State Conference champions. And looking back at the tournament, first time it's being held since 2019. That was when the Spartans won it, but 3 years prior, Florida Southern, Florida Southern, Florida Southern, they have now won 4 out of the last 5 Sunshine State Conference playoff titles, and they'll punch their ticket to the national dance. It might not be the end for the Spartans, though. They can still receive an at-large bid. We'll just have to wait and see. 4 minutes and 3 left to go.
And so the box will put it in play as Allie Loudon. Actually, it's Haley DeLeo. It's 4, not 14. She is chased up along the Spartan sideline and gets a pass up ahead to Yeagle. And now Gaddy on the run. Gaddy gets a pass ahead and a shot taken. A save made there by Warnken as a Mox player ended up on the ground and was hoping for a call. That was Abby McFerrin. Nothing doing though, as Emma McLaughlin runs it down the other way for UT. And her pass connects with Madison Birch. Here's Bryn Nestor with it. Nestor, as a defender, slid over, and so they send it in behind the Mox net. And that's Pierpont back there. Lizzie Pierpont, and a whistle. And there's going to be a call made here with 3:16 remaining in the game. And this will be Sarah Hinkle. At least she has it now. They're going to give it to Julia Kolderman. And Kolderman has the hot hand in this game. And here she is with a free position attempt against Worker. And Kolderman, that one goes behind the net. And the Mox come out with it. Hold on, there's a loose ball kicked at and chased down by Pierpont. And it goes almost out to midfield. And still neither team with possession, and the official right there on the spot calling it in favor of Florida Southern. And so the Mox will put it in play near midfield with 2:47 left here in the game. And this is Loudon with it. Loudon gets a pass up ahead for Lay. And Lay crosses the Tampa line. Charlie Lay. And she'll just settle things down. Gaddy with it now, as I'm sure the players have been told to just use up as much clock as possible with their team in a 9-goal lead and only 2:20 remaining. 35 seconds now on the shot clock for Florida Southern, as McFerrin being watched there by Holliston Wagner, and Abby McFerrin looked at the official who says play on. And now 2 Spartan defenders chase McFerrin down, and the ball comes out. And McFerrin says, I've been down on the field too many times in this game. As you see her being looked at by a couple of her teammates. And McFerrin sitting up. And teammate Haley DeLeo was playing the role of trainer, it looks like, as now there is someone from the Mox sideline coming out onto the field, although McFerrin seems to be okay.
It's always good to see. You never want to have injuries, especially this late in a pretty much already predetermined game. An injury this late is just really much not a good way you'd want it to end. She's going to come off on her own power, which is always a good sign. And at this point, probably just rest for the rest of the game, the final 110 seconds. Now noticing, looking at the field, Spartans with an empty net. Where's Warnken? Warnken's already all the way up. They're going to want her to help the attack.
Sammy Garossi with it. And indeed, 4 seconds, 3, 2, the shot clock winding down, and they're not going to get a shot away. So it's turned over as the Spartans take over with 1:33 remaining. And off to the races is Aaron Sistek. Sistek across the Mox line with a pass to Mott. Olivia Mott takes it down behind the Mox net. Over for Kolderman. Kolderman breaks in, takes a shot, and a save made there by Worker. And loose ball, the Mox looked like they were going to chase it down and get there first. They do finally, as Maria Reeves picked it up. She races down the far sideline. 1 minute left now, and Reeves finally gives up a pass as the Mox will look to run out the final 45 seconds. Their fans all getting on their feet now, sensing the imminent championship here about to become official as the game clock continues to wind down now at exactly 30 seconds as Gaddy has it. And Gaddy being watched there by Madison Birch races back towards the far sideline to kill some clock, although coming in to help out defensively is Erin McLaughlin for UT. And now Gaddy still with it and scores.
With that score, Florida Southern goes up 20-10, and that means we have a running clock as the time ticks down. It's been a tough season for both sides, but the title is headed to Florida Southern. They are the 2022 Sunshine State Conference Tournament champions, and they're headed to the dance.
20-10, the final score, as the Mox double up UT on their home field, and they all race to the other end of the field to celebrate with their goaltender Patricia Worker, and a disappointed Spartans team out on the field. And the SSC 2022 Women's Lacrosse Championship goes to the Florida Southern Mox as they come into Tampa and knock off the number 12 Spartans, and a late goal that officially makes it a 20-10 final. And a memorable afternoon, of course, for Florida Southern, and obviously their goaltender Patricia Worker a big part of that. But Connor, as you mentioned, you look down the scoring list today, and 3 players alone combined for 12 of the 20 goals for Florida Southern.
Yeah, they were able to get a lot of goal scorers, but yet the big 3, you could call it, 3 hat tricks from Garassi, Smith, and DeLeo to secure them. Yeah, combined that was 12 goals, more than the Spartans had in total. They were a huge part and huge piece of the win, of the victory puzzle for the Florida Southern Mox.
And Lizzie Lynch with a 6-point game for Florida Southern. She had 2 goals and 4 assists. And for UT, they were led offensively by Julia Kolderman, who had 4 goals. And what was a very potent Spartans offense, just not able to come together today against Florida Southern. UT had come into this game averaging more than 16.5 goals a game, although even if they had hit their season average, it still wouldn't have been enough, as Florida Southern was really in control right from the start. They led 4-1 after the first quarter and just continued to pour it on in the second, third, and fourth.
They started well and finished well, and for Tampa, Sunshine State tournament woes continue. They've had different teams win the regular season, but no team has won in a tournament format in the Sunshine State Conference, because we've seen men's soccer lose in the final 4-1. We saw women's soccer lose in the tournament, and here, in the second time a Sunshine State Conference final has been held at UT, a Tampa team has come home defeated. So we'll have to see if that trend continues for the next game. But for now, the winner, Florida Southern Mox.
Final shots on goal were 25-18 for Florida Southern, and the draw controls were 20-13 in favor of the visitors. And the number, of course, that counts the most, 20-10, the final score, as the Florida Southern Mox are the 2022 Women's Lacrosse Sunshine State Conference champions, and they await the trophy presentation at midfield. And for those of you that have been watching from Florida Southern perspective, thank you and congratulations. And for those of you that have been with us all season long watching Tampa Spartans lacrosse, we thank you. And I'm Bruce Wozniak. It's great to have been part of this 2022 season. Taylor Stolworthy along with me, and the Spartans showing good sportsmanship as they stay out of the field and watch this upcoming trophy presentation for the Sunshine State Conference Championship that will be awarded officially to the Florida Southern Mocs.
And also right after this, if you're excited and want a little more lacrosse, Tampa men's lacrosse will be facing off against Florida Southern men's lacrosse in the Sunshine State Conference title as well. So stick tuned for that, but for now, enjoy the festivities as the Mocs celebrate the 2022 title.
And the men's game will be at 3:30, and we hope you'll join us for that one. Thank you again for watching.
I'll go get a snack during the presentation. There we go. One down, one to go.
Yep.
No, actually with the camera, that'll go the other way. Congrats, guys.
Thank you to all the fans attending today's game. Please direct your attention to the field for the presentation of the championship trophy by Sunshine State Conference Senior Assistant Commissioner Marianne Simkulak. We would like to announce the SSC Women's Lacrosse All-Tournament team. Named to the squad from St. Leo, Reagan Berman. From Rollins, Caroline Gasouet. From St. Leo, Emily Lampison. From Rollins, Claire Reese. From Florida Southern College, Madison Kennedy. From Florida Southern College, Patricia Worker. From Florida Southern College, Lizzie Lynch. From Florida Southern College, Haley DeLeo. From University of Tampa, Julia Calderman. From University of Tampa, Danny Waters. From University of Tampa, Madison Birch. And lastly, the tournament most valuable player from Florida Southern, Abby Hammond. We congratulate each all-tournament team member for their performance in this 2022 SSC Women's Lacrosse Tournament. Now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would like to give a round of applause for this year's Sunshine State Conference Tournament runner-up, the University of Tampa Spartans. Presenting the inaugural Sunshine State Conference Women's Lacrosse Tournament champions, the Florida Southern Mocs. Fans, we thank you for joining us here today at the Namoli Family Field. Your support of this tournament is greatly appreciated, and we wish you safe travels to your next destination. We would like you to please join us for the men's game coming up in about an hour for the Florida Southern men's lacrosse team versus the University of Tampa men's lacrosse team in the Sunshine State Championship.
So we don't have any music. We don't have a computer for music at the moment.
No, we don't have a computer for music. So.